Hi everyone, New York Times bestselling author Jamie Brumfield. I am super excited to be back here with you again today on our third live video of the year 2021. How's 2021 shaping up for you? Today we're going to go ahead and talk about, two things. One, I wanted to go ahead and talk about the action plan part of your Smart Wins plan. So, the action steps, the A in the Smart Wins. I also wanted to talk to you about 15 different ways that you can do visualization every day. Now, normally I do a visualization with you on the beginning of these live calls, but today I decided to share with you 15 different ways that you can do visualizations every day. And they're short and sweet, and they're really great tips that you can use to just kind of get that visualization muscle working. Part of achieving success, part of law of attraction, part of manifesting your dreams and your goals is creating that visualization and doing that visualization every day. So I wanted to share this with you on today's video as well. At the end of this video, we're going to go ahead and talk about what's working for you and what's not working for you. So if you're live, definitely have your questions ready for me at the end of this video, and we'll go ahead and talk about what's working, what's not working. Your goal this week, just like every week, has been to create a Smart Wins plan. So what is your Smart Wins plan this week? What are you going to focus in on? What are you going to do to create or move forward and get forward momentum in your goal? So definitely, if you are joining us, definitely let us or say hi in the chat. And also tell us where you're from. I'm going to put on my glasses so I can see. Looks like we've got a couple people who have joined us already, so I'm super excited for that. And we're going to get started. But before we do, I wanted to give a shout out to Megan Ashley. Thank you so much. You are after this video, y'all, and go check out Megan Ashley's channel. Really a great channel, really great gal. And she has a lot of fun stuff going on in February. I was just looking at all of her content this month. So my self-care routine, awesome. As well as I really was impressed with your February plan and your weekly plan with me. Awesome stuff. So check out her channel. I bet you are going to find a new fave YouTuber and subscribe and support her over there. All right, so let's get started by talking about thank you. Let's get started by talking about the 15 different ways that you can do visualization every single day. Now, visualization is basically sitting there, closing your eyes and taking a moment to see yourself in the moment of success, see yourself being successful, see yourself finding that success. And then also you bring in the colors, you make it vivid, you make it real, you bring in the emotional aspect, you bring in the feelings. That's what visualization is all about. All of those components just reminds your subconscious mind that you can do this. Now, if you're walking down a path of unknown, it can be scary, but if you know where you're going, you get there faster. That's kind of the idea behind visualization. If you tell your brain that you can do it, then you can do it. Your brain is on your side. Your brain knows you can do it, and your brain is focused on making it happen. So visualization is about manifesting. Manifesting is about bringing to you, making your path to success a little bit easier by manifesting what you want out of life. So visualization has a it's a big way of creating a lot of really great success. And if you do it often and you do it right, you're going to find some really great success. So let's go ahead and talk about kind of when visualization became popular was when athletes started doing what is called a mental rehearsal. And you probably have seen various athletes or other famous people who come out and had said, hey, I do visualization. I do visualization every day. I imagine myself sinking that ball in the hoop or, whatever sport they're playing, right? They imagine themselves at that moment where they find success or they gain that point. Well, that is kind of what mental rehearsal is all about. Mental rehearsal. In fact, I've searched back, and this was actually something done in Russia, and it's come over to the Americans, to America. So it's something that is done all over the world, and it's very powerful. So a mental rehearsal If you're in a membership group, we'll go over it a little bit more in depth in the coming weeks. But a mental rehearsal is you seeing yourself on a movie screen or a TV screen. You're in the movie theater. You're seeing yourself on a movie screen or a TV screen. You're maybe in your house, your home theater, and you're watching the successful moment play out. Then you enter that moment and you start to feel what's going on. And once you enter that moment and you feel what's going on, you could start to feel the success. You know what success feels like, and it kind of creates that excitement. When you come out of that, you take it and you bring that into you so that it's now mashed up with you. So that is what mental rehearsal is all about. Membership club members will go over that in a little bit more detail in the coming weeks, because I really want to make sure that we focus in on getting some visualization work over there in the club. But there will also be videos in the future on more in depth on stuff here on the channel too. So if you're not a member, click the join button and join us over there. You might get things a little bit earlier and more in depth, because we actually have a group where we talk and we have threads and things like that. All right, number 2, use one of the visualizations on this channel. So I do visualizations on this channel. I have the last 2 Mondays, I've done a visualization. Use those. Go ahead and click at the timeline when that visualization starts, listen to it, and use that. If you'd like to see those broken out into a separate video, let me know in the comment section below, and I will just take the video and I'll cut it and I'll put it down so that it's live for everybody to just kind of reach it and see it and not have to watch all the rest. But those videos have a lot of really great information, so watch the whole video and get all of the information that goes in there. There will be more visualizations on this channel in the future. Number 3, journal as though you achieved your success. This is known as scripting, law of attraction scripting. So if you take your journey journal and you just, for today or tomorrow or whatever day you want to do this, 1 day a week, you take your journey journal and you write about a successful day in the future. So you are 5 years down the road, you're 1 year down the road, you've already achieved the success that you're working on right now. So write about what happened in that day. It's a storytelling, right? But it's a storytelling which creates a visual image in your mind, and that subconscious actually listens to those visual pictures very, 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 very well. In fact, that's why hypnotherapy works so well, because we create a visualization through words. We paint a picture, and then that helps your subconscious mind to process the information. Input in pictures or journaling and stuff, like when you create a picture in a journal, like you're writing a story, you're writing a day of your life, a journaling about the day of your life when you were successful. Well, that actually creates a picture in your mind. Input that way actually really does get absorbed easier into the subconscious, and that's what you want. You want it to start working for you now, right? So 3, journal as though you've already achieved your success, known as scripting. Members will talk more about that in the coming weeks too. 4, vision boards. I've talked about vision boards many times on this channel. I talked about it. I actually had an assignment or a mission in the membership club last week, or it was either last week or the week before, about doing a vision board. Vision boards are super, super important, and they definitely help with manifestation and visualization. Now take that vision board a step further for number 5 and do goal pictures that you've already achieved it. So say you want to go to some country in the next year, you want to take a trip abroad. Go find a picture of something where you're taking that trip abroad and put yourself into that picture. Say you want to go to, Paris. The Eiffel Tower is in Paris, right? Grab a picture off online or grab a picture somewhere where you find the Eiffel Tower and put yourself into that picture. So input your image into that picture, then print out that picture or have it on your vision board or have it wherever. And that way you can look at it. So you've actually created a picture of you achieving it through Photoshop. Works really well. Hi, Megan. So I just did a shout out for you in the beginning of this video. So definitely check that out, because I wanted to give you a shout out and say thank you. Number 6 is goal cards. So this is index cards where you write your goal on your index card, and you take that index card with you maybe you have 10 index cards. You take those index cards with you, and when you need motivation, you pull them out and you just go through those index cards. This is my goal. Write it in the current tense, like present tense, as opposed to I will, I have. Write it like an affirmation, only it's not an affirmation, it's an actual I have achieved this. You're reminding, you're visualizing. These goal cards are really helpful, and people find them really, really successful for visualization. All right, number 7, affirmations. I talk about affirmations all the time. Like I said, the goal cards are kind of like affirmations if you write them in the present tense, but they're not affirmations. The affirmations are, every day in every way I will, or every day in every way I am healthy, successful, and loved. Whatever you choose to create for your affirmation, create your affirmation. I do daily affirmations every now and then here on this channel. It's a 1-minute video that you can check it out. I also do it on my Rizzle channel a lot more. So if you want to check that out, you can check that out. I've linked up my Rizzle channel below, but do daily affirmations. Repeat it for 1 minute, just 1 minute of your day. Just do those daily affirmations. Create your own affirmations. We'll talk more about that in the membership club on in-depth creating your affirmations as well in the coming weeks. That's something that's coming too. All right, so number 8 is a success circle. So a success circle is, say you've got a moment where you have to go on and you have to do public speaking and you're not super excited about it, you're nervous or that kind of thing, or you're getting ready to perform something, whether it be do something that stresses you out and you're worried about it, right? So you want to get in your best mindset before this. So this is called a success circle. So imagine a golden circle on the floor in front of you. Close your eyes, imagine a golden circle on the floor in front of you, and feel yourself, or imagine you finding that success. Feel an anchor. An anchor is something where you have created a successful moment and you've anchored that successful moment, those feelings, into a touch, or maybe you're going to anchor your arm, or maybe you're going to anchor your thumb, or maybe you anchor your index finger, whatever it might be. And I will link up some anchoring videos down below so you can check them out. So definitely come back and check that out. But that's something else we'll talk about in the membership club, because I am a master NLP practitioner. But you want to anchor that. And then as you're imagining and visualizing yourself being successful on the action you're getting ready to take, walk into that golden circle and feel that power, feel it power up even more. Allow yourself to feel that power up. You've already successfully completed this. You've already successfully done it. You know what kind of questions are going to come at you. You've already succeeded at this. It just gives you an extra boost of motivation and also an extra boost of confidence. So that success circle can definitely help. Let's see here. Number 9, future self visitation. So I've done future self visualizations on this channel, but a future self visitation, or a guardian angel visitation, or a mentor's visitation, is going to a special place, wherever this special place is. Maybe it's a waiting room where you can go and meet your future self and you can talk. But taking 10 minutes and getting comfortable in this special place. Maybe it's a place out in nature where maybe you're sitting at a camp. Mine is, I sit at a campfire and I meet with my future self or my guardian angel, and I just talk, and we're talking. That future self visitation is a way to get tips and tricks, even if you don't know where you're going or how you're going to get there. That can really help to give you a little insight into how to get there, how to push forward, that kind of thing. So a future self visitation, which is different than a future self visualization, but a future self visitation is also visualizing, because you're visualizing your future self, your successful self, and you're getting tips from them. It's very helpful. It does help the subconscious mind. It believe it or not, it's just very helpful for the subconscious mind. Let's see here. Number 11 is Jim Carrey wrote himself a $10 million check. You may have heard this, right? That Jim Carrey wrote himself a $10 million check. This has become very popular. So writing a check to yourself. If your goals are monetary, writing a check to yourself and then future dating it can be a great visualization, especially if you take that check, you put it and you frame it and you put it up, which is exactly what Jim Carrey did. He credited some of his success to that. It was a motivation piece. It's a visualization. You're visualizing yourself receiving a $10 million check. That can be motivating. So write yourself a check. Number 12, rehearse potential outcomes or situations. So if you ever had to go somewhere and you're very nervous about a meeting, or you're very nervous about an interview, or you're very nervous about something, rehearse that situation in your mind, visualize it, and that way you can get any kind of potential questions or things out of the way. You can kind of feel comfortable and confident when you go into that meeting. So rehearse the potential situation or the outcomes. That can definitely help. Number 13, use different visualizations. So don't just use one visualization here and use it constantly. Use different visualizations. Create a toolbox, a visualization toolbox that you can go to every single day, and you can pick something new. It keeps things new in the mind. It keeps things new for you. It keeps things exciting for you. Just basically use multiple ways to visualize. Number 15, past successes. We're visualizing in the future. Everything we talk about is often talked about visualizing the future, visualizing your future success, visualizing you having success in this meeting, visualizing you having success at this game that you're playing, visualizing the future. But to visualize the future, sometimes you have to go back into the past. To visualize you feeling successful, sometimes you need to be reminded of how feeling successful feels, especially if we're having a bad month. It's like, yeah, okay, Jamie, tell me to visualize, but I'm having a bad month. Okay, that's okay. So take a moment and think back and visualize and relive a memory from the past where you were successful. Take that memory from the past where you were successful and feel that success. Feel those emotions. Feel how you felt in the moment. Allow yourself to just really get engrossed in it. You're visualizing the past, and you may think that that's not going to be helpful, but it's super helpful to remind the realistic visualization for a future success. And sometimes we need to be reminded what success feels like. Sometimes we need to be reminded what we're doing and how to make ourselves successful. Sometimes we need a reminder. So going into the past, remembering a memory and bringing those emotions back into your body and feeling it and reliving that, it's going to help you. All right, so that is my 15 tips on how to visualize every single day. What was your favorite one? I tell you, I like many of them. There are so many really great ways to visualize. But the thing that I like about it is that with 15 different choices, making this your toolbox will definitely help you to keep it exciting and energized and different every single time. And I think that's really important. One of the things that I'm going to do a video here on the channel, but we're also going to work with in the membership club where, on the video on the channel, I'm going to tell you how to create your own visualization. I've done visualizations where I've walked you through the visualization and my voice. I'm going to give you the steps to create your own visualization so you can create your own visualization. I'm going to help people in the membership club narrow that down and feel more, get their visualization where they want it to go. I'm going to be able to help them a little bit more. I can't really, unless I'm doing a live, it's harder to help people in the moment, but I will be doing more of that work in the club. But I am going to show you, I'm going to give you the steps on how to create your own visualization on the channel as well. And I want you to be able to sit down and create your own visualization. And that'll be in March. I want to give you the tool so you can create it. So you don't just have to listen to me. I like my voice, but not everybody does. So you might want to create your own voice, right? So we'll be doing that in the future. So if you are not subscribed, definitely be sure that you're subscribed to the channel and you join us on our Monday videos, because we'll probably do that in the Monday video. So today, for our smart planning, we're going to talk about the action steps. How are you doing on creating action steps? The action steps are just your commitment, what you're committed to doing, your actions for the week, what you are going to do for the week. What is it? What are you going to do this week for your Smart Wins plan? Now, if you're working with me on your Smart Wins plan, you've created a Smart Wins plan for the last couple of weeks. Each week you change it up, you do a new one. And Smart Wins, just as a reminder, is specific goal for S. M is for measure. If you missed those two videos, they'll be linked up down below. Today is A for action items. If you are familiar with the SMART planning, the actual SMART planning for the A for SMART planning is actually attainable, but I feel that it is to sit down and actually write out your actions is, to me, just a little bit more zeroing in on your target. So that's why I added action items to here as opposed to doing the attainable, which is the SMART planning. But that's the difference. Then you've got your, is it realistic for the R? You've got your T, which is time bound. And then you've got the wins part, which is the Y, innovation, new, and what's new from last week, and how you're going to celebrate your success. So those are your components to your Smart Wins. I've done a video where I talked about all the components together. I'll link that up down below. And every week for the next few weeks, I'm doing one video on Monday talking about each specific area. Today is action items. So what are you working on? In your journey journal, write down what you're working on, what your goal is this week, your specific goal, and what action items are you going to take. The goal here is to be specific too. Be specific on what actions you're going to take. It's kind of like if you say, I'm going to, I'm going back to, I started out this Smart Wins series by talking about weight management, right? So I'm going back to that. So you got a Smart Wins plan this week and you want to lose 2 pounds this week, which is a healthy average weight loss. What are your action items? Saying I'm going to exercise is not specific enough. You need to say, I am going to exercise Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and the exercise I'm going to do is this. That is a specific action that you're going to take. It's specific, it's very detailed, and you know what day you're going to do it, you know what action you're going to do, and you know how you're going to work through it. That's very specific. Say this week, you're going to only have one cheat day, and every other day of this week, you're going to try vegetarian meals. Maybe that's your choice, right? Again, it's completely up to you, but you're going to say Monday through Saturday, I'm going to eat vegetarian dishes that I found through this website. And on Sunday, I'm going to have my cheat day. That's specific. But just saying I'm going to change my diet to vegetarian isn't specific enough for an action item, not for the Smart Wins plan. You want to be super specific in this area. And I always recommend to have a minimum of 3 actions that you're going to perform over the next week. 3. Now, however you want to do that, it's completely up to you. But I recommend 3. I always recommend to my clients 3 actions in your action plan or action item area, action steps area. And that should help you. So we've got our SMA. Now we're going to go over to RTWINS in the future weeks. But you should already be doing your Smart Win plans. So now is the point of our video that I'm going to take questions. So what's working for you? What's not working for you? What kind of questions do you have? If you have a question about a future week topic, ask it. I'll be able to answer it as well here for you live. But now's your time to ask me what kind of questions you're having, like specifically. What specifically would you like to see? Tips and tricks, or what's working, what's not working. You don't have to be specific in your goal. You could say, hey, I'm working on a goal and I struggled with reaching my, reaching my actions or something. You don't even have to be specific on that piece. Just what kind of questions do you have? What kind of tips can I give you? What kind of help can I give you in the next 6 to 7 minutes? I'm opening the floor to you. What's working? What's not working? What kind of questions do you have? How can I help? What kind of questions do you have on what we talked about for our visualization steps? Anything, basically. Anything on what we're talking about. I'm here for you. I am ready to answer. That probably didn't sound so good. We're doing a little ASMR. Megan, I love that you did your vision board, and I love that you're using Canva. Canva's awesome. Y'all, if you haven't used Canva, check it out. You can use it for free, and it is like the best. I use Canva for everything. In fact, I use Canva for my book covers. Did you know that? The book covers I use Canva. The ones that I pay for, I let them choose which software program they're going to use, but all my marketing posts, I use Canva, everything. Canva is just really a great program. Oh, I misread that. I thought you said you caught the end of mentoring me, but it was mentioning me. My glasses, they're just a real pain. Okay, yeah. Well, I mentioned you pretty good, so definitely check that out. I finally got a journey journal, but I have been having a hard time sitting down and writing in it. I get that. In fact, many times, are you scheduling it? Are you putting it into your schedule to write down in it every day? Have you picked a time in your daily routines to write in it? Because I can get that. I can totally see why, because I've done it myself. I've struggled myself with writing in my journey journal until I was bought in on how successful it has helped me move forward. It was hard to find time in my day, but then I finally added it to my schedule. Okay, so yeah, adding it to your schedule. I finally added it to my schedule and I created into a routine. So now even my whole family knows this is my journey journal time. Don't interrupt me. So I mean, it's in my schedule. It's now solidly encased into a routine, so I don't even have to worry about it. It's just part of my morning routine. And so now my schedule says morning routine, but I know that my journey journaling is in that morning routine, and it's cushioned up against other things that I do in the morning, so I can't miss it. But it was getting the buy-in that it was helping me first before I could do it on a consistent basis. And then it was, making sure it was added into my schedule. And then it was congruent or putting it into a routine. And hopefully that helps. But yeah, I totally get where you're coming from. I had the same struggle. I bet many people watching this have had the same struggle. It's hard to sit down and write in your journey journal unless you have like specific tasks. And that in the membership club, that's why sometimes I put like a journey journal activity in the post I do, because then I given you a specific mission to do. And if you choose to do it, that's great. If you choose not to do it, it's okay too. But that specific mission, it gives you an excuse to pull your journey journal out and write in it. It reminds you how it's going to be successful. So that's why I do that in the membership club, is to here's your journey journal activity, try it, and that'll bring it back to the forefront too, because I know how important it is. And so I'm glad to hear that you're going to try adding it to your schedule. Great question. Really good question. Also, if you're not in the membership club, writing up little prompts in your phone that you created, you could do that too. So you could write up prompts in your phone that prompt you to write too. So it beeps and it says, hey, this question, answer it in your journey journal today. If you don't need that, if you don't want that extra, writing prompt from somebody else, you could do it yourself.